Peace, 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 y'all. For recording purposes, this is crypto episode one. Everybody drop your questions about crypto. Anything that you have about crypto. What is Bitcoin? What is this, right? I'm definitely gonna ask some questions. D-Wiz, if you want to, you can start off with some of the questions if there's any in the chat. I know I have some that I want to start it off with. However, yeah, man.
So the first question is my question that I received today. Uh, Somebody asked me not even an hour ago. Like I was talking to them about crypto, and they asked me how much they should invest, like initially as a beginner. And I was like, so that's a tricky question because I don't know how much money you have in your wallet. You know what I mean? So I told them, that differs from each person. So what I advise them or I suggest it because we're not financial advisors. Uh, but what I suggested for them was whatever you plan to initially spend in totality, whether it's $1,000, 500, 10,000, and this is how I practice myself, even to this day when I'm entering into a new coin or something like that. Say I'm taking $1,000. I'm gonna take 20% of that and I'm gonna make my initial buy. And then on a weekly or a monthly basis, I'm a dollar cost average. I'm gonna add in 5 or 10% until I reach that 100% of what I intended to buy. So it may span over 6 months or a year, but I'm gonna continue to allocate towards that in increments. And the reason you do that is can so you can take advantage of the price fluctuations. So the price of Bitcoin is what 68,000 or something like that.
Mhm.
So say I bought that $200 today worth of Bitcoin, and then next week it's at 45,000. Right? If I'd have put $1,000 in, I've been down a whole lot. But now with that additional 80% that I didn't put in, I can start dollar cost averaging and bringing my cost basis down. Yeah, I get that. And then I just continue to do it like over and over and over. So, but
Ways you going in and out just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. However, I'm able to make out everything that you're saying.
okay, y'all catch that?
Drop one in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, I got it.
Drop a
But
one in the chat if you guys are able to understand what he's saying. All right, awesome.
but yeah, that's what I practice to this day. Like when I initially started, I made mistakes, and I would take $1,000 and I would put that all on one coin, and then the next week it's down 20%, and I'm like, I'm selling this. So now I sell for a 20% loss on that. But yeah, if you practice dollar cost averaging into whatever investment you're trying to get into, you will get the most bang for your buck. When trying to first enter into any type of crypto product or investment product, it doesn't matter. What do you do, blockchain Dave? How do you practice entering
Hey,
into?
before you go, before
You said,
Blockchain Babe answers that, I just want to ask you one question just so we can have clarity, D-Wiz,
Okay.
because I know that you're using specific words that help me understand. However, you're saying investment, you're saying dollar costing averaging, right? To bring your average down. So if you had $1,000 to want to invest into a particular coin or a Bitcoin, well, not advising, you're suggesting that, hey, don't put your whole $1,000 in, start with, a 70-30-20 rule, something of that sort, where you're putting maybe $100 in. If it goes down, now you put $200 in, things of that nature. However, what kind of trading would you call that? What because I know we can dollar cost average as we scalp, day trade, or swing trading. Is that long term? If you can clarify that for us.
So you can practice this method whether it's a short term, long term, medium term investment or trade. It's it's all dependent on what you're actually doing. But for somebody that's a beginner, they're likely not trading, or they may be a beginner and thinking that they may be coming into crypto thinking that they can make a lot of money very quickly, which they can. However, they think that they can put this money in today and it in 100x tomorrow. It don't always happen like that. So that's why we practice the rule of dollar cost average, especially in your high conviction assets. Um, and then in the scope of trading with it, it's a similar style, uh, but that's more short term. That's something that you plan to get in and out of at some point. Investing, like you can build up your stock up to 100% of what you want in that investment or in that asset. And in the crypto world, depending on what that asset is, you could borrow against it, which is a whole nother subject matter. But once you have that stash of what you want from that investment, and as it continues to grow, you can then borrow against it, sell it, do whatever you want with it.
Gotcha. I know you had a question for MJ Block Dag had a great question. However, so we don't get lost in the questions. I know you had a question for blockchain. If you just want to restate that or re-ask that question.
You said what?
If I recall correctly, I think he was asking you um how do you go about entering into the crypto market or investing into the crypto space?
Yeah, that's what I was going to answer. What is her method? What does she tell beginners
Oh, what do I tell beginners as far as how much to invest?
initially?
Okay, initially, you should invest what you can afford to lose, meaning that if you are curious about the crypto market and you want to see where it can go, um, invest 15, $20. I'm doing a challenge now where I'm having people use Cash App to buy Bitcoin inside of Cash App so they could see how it works. And that's working with the challenges that I do because we invested $50 one time, $50, and it's up, I think, $90 now. I wanted people to see how it works because can you put $50 in your savings account and it's going to grow to 90 in less than a year? No, no, sir, and no, ma'am. Okay, so I'm only going to invest what I can afford to lose. In my opinion, being that me, D-Wiz, and Moody, we're all in the space, I would, in my opinion, this is not financial advice, I would say start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the safest asset in the crypto market, and it does it's I think over it controls over 50% of the crypto market. So, and to be honest, this is not to put anything in anybody's, strategy or anything or beginners. But I want to be totally transparent. I use Bitcoin as my high yield savings account. Um, I don't use a high yield savings account because it's not gonna give me the numbers that I want. But starting out, invest what you can afford to lose. But we don't want you in this space automatically thinking, well, why am I going to invest in something if I can lose it? Um, because if you don't take any risk, you won't see any rewards. So I had to take a risk. I took a risk when I first started with $15. My brother told me, hey, you know, go on Shiba Inu. It was a meme coin. I didn't know anything about.
You
Okay. Well, okay. So, you know, there's trolls. They don't want y'all to be in this crypto space and stuff like that. But I bet you they're in the crypto space, but they want to ruin this situation. But we're not going to let them stop us. I'm going to continue on. So my brother let me, you know, he told me, you know, put some money in there. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know nothing about this. I'm only going to put $15. So I put $15 on Shiba Inu, and within a month my $15 turned into over $600. I said, what just freaking happened? What is this? I told my brother, I have to do my due diligence and I have to be serious about this and educate myself. Once I started educating myself, that's when I sat there and said, okay, this is real. This is not a scam. Because at first I thought it was a scam. I said, can I take out that $600? Yes, I can. Okay. So that's what started it. It was $15. That $15 got me to kickstart me educating myself because I didn't want to cut corners and I did not want to do this half-ass either. Sorry for cursing, but I just didn't want to be half-ass about this.
You good, Rosa. So look, there was a question in the chat. We'll get to it real quick. So for me, what I would tell a beginner on what to do, just so me, I like to just be different, right? I'm always gonna say certain things like that you heard D Wiz say or Rosa say, right? Put up what you're willing to risk and things of that nature. However, what I found good in my coaching program to do sometimes, right, when setting up risk management rules is for beginners. What I tell y'all what to do, literally, a lot of you don't do this already. Go pull out your bank statement, right? You don't have to go to your bank. You can go online and things of that nature and get that. Get your bank statement and small little items like, say, McDonald's, um, fast food restaurants. Because I know not everybody, right? Because you're always gonna hear like, hey, just go 6 months without Netflix and stuff of that nature. Yeah, you can grind and you could be at that point of your life. However, your household may not be there, right? And we all have to be honest. Just because one person's an entrepreneur doesn't mean that every single person is going to be right there on the same path, right? Walking their journey. So what I say is look for things that you can take away that you're spending a month, right? And you will see that where it's like, oh, I went to the gas station and bought some cigarillos, whatever, if you smoke, or some cigarettes or this. Maybe I just, cut back on the cigarettes a box a week, whatever the case may be, and things of that nature, right? And that can help you into starting to dollar cost averaging into cryptocurrency, right? Another good way to even do it, right? Because some people don't like to, man, I don't want to use my money. I don't know if it's going to work. All the coins that you see, right? Deposit it into your bank, right? A lot of people are always going to talk about a bank and this and that. However, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody that's in cryptocurrency has a fucking bank account. Sorry, excuse my language. They all have a bank account. I have a bank account. I utilize a bank account, right? Even though we don't like banks, we use banks for what is needed for, right? Like the river bank, like the water uses the bank for its reason, right? So keep that in mind. And I don't want to be long-winded about it. All I'll say is, carve out $100 out of your month and start to put, $20 here, $20 there. One thing that I would agree with Rose and D Wiz is best to start off with Bitcoin. Even Ethereum, however, I say Bitcoin just because it's the head honcho. And it's the most it's always volatile, right? Yes, you can invest into meme coins, into coins that are under $1, and get a great return. However, the people that are doing that understand the market dynamics and how Bitcoin moves. So they're knowing when it's an alt season and things of that nature, right? What got me into Bitcoin, to be honest, into cryptocurrency, to be honest, was just me getting into a group back then in 2021 called Capital Gains, right? I'm seeing things in the comments. I'm seeing Chris Boyle in the comments, and he's also was in Capital Gains. However, he's always been an educator in this space, right? I've gotten educated by him through sources of his classes, right? Call me a liar, Chris, if that's wrong, right? However, I've learned from him. I've learned from D Wiz. I've learned from Rosa, regardless of the fact that Rosa was a mentee of mine back in 2022 on charts. She became an educator to me for cryptocurrency. Why? Because it's very important to know if you do not be consistent in something, you will lose a little bit of it, right? As I traveled into the futures market, right, I wasn't as consistent with cryptocurrency because I was just day trading it at first on the forex market. However, since I stopped doing that, I still understood Bitcoin and what to invest into. However, I didn't know about new coins that were coming out. I didn't know about certain projects that were coming out anymore because I wasn't consistently in that industry, right? So it's important to stay consistent.
All right, I want to show y'all
Yeah.
something real quick while he does that. I want to show y'all something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me go ahead and show y'all something real quick. Okay. All right, so let me show y'all something. All right. So had y'all invested last week into Bitcoin, right? Look down at the bottom. It say hour, day, week, month, and year. Had you invested in Bitcoin last week, you would have got your 8.1%. That already beat your high yield savings account. You have to wait a whole year to get that 5% from your high yield savings account. Had you invested, a month, yeah, it would have been 7.8. But had you invested last year, you would have doubled your money. Okay, it would have took your high yield savings account to get 100%. It would have took 20 years because it would have took 10 years for you to get 50% interest on your money. It would have took another 10, so that's 20 years that it would have took to double your money in a high yield savings account. I'm not even gonna, and most Americans don't have high yield savings account. They go with the regular checking account saving, and that's less than 1% that you're getting in a regular checking savings account. But a high yield, you would have waited 20 years, and a regular, it would have been more than 100 years. All right. So that's
You
why I say
also,
this is. I
you
go
also,
ahead, D-Wiz.
you also got to factor in the depreciation of the dollar those 20 years. So you may have it in quantity, it may give you 100% gains in quantity, but the depreciation of the dollar is it's going to be significantly less in 20 years. So just keep that in mind. So that's a
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you all that. But let me show you one more thing right here, right? All right, all right, let me see. Let me show y'all the top. Let's go with the top 100, right? I mean, the top 100, right? Look at all these right here. Okay, all the greens are telling you what percentages they did, and that is today. That's just today, right? Let's go with, okay, so Pendle did 7.2. That's this one right here, right? Look at what it did. If you would have invested in Pendle last year, you would have sextupled your money. That's 6 times. That's 559%, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at a week. What was everybody doing a week? Dogecoin, 30%. You would have received 30% on your money. Floki, okay, look, Meow, you got a whole bunch of stuff that would have, did some numbers on you. And let me go with my top 5 right here. All right, a week ago, 8%, ETH 7, Sol 9%, BNB 3.8%. Let's go take a look at the month. 13%. Look at these numbers. And these, I would sit there and say, these are my safe bets right here. Okay. But like I said, I have to go with Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at that. In a year, no bank is giving you these percentages. No bank. The bank is not in business. The bank is not in business to make you money. You're in business to make the bank money, because when you leave your money there, they do what we do. They sit there and take your money, right? They put it in the stock market, get the percentages, and then a year later they say, "Oh, here goes your 5%. since you have a high yield savings account. But guess what? They would have made about 500 or 5,000% on your money. All right. Well, let me stop sharing my screen. But
Oh,
that's what I wanted to make that point right there.
oh, but yeah, you keep your money in the bank. It's not benefiting you at all when the annual depreciation of the dollar is roughly 8%. So even if you kept your money just sitting in the S&P 500, I think it's roughly about the same. So instead of you generating wealth, you're just sustaining wealth. But when you have an asset like crypto that does a 500% in a year, like you won't see that in any other asset in the world. I don't care what you use. The only assets that you'll likely see that does something similar is like a penny stock that's probably even more riskier than crypto at this point. Than any stock that's related to crypto. So like MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy outperformed every stock in the S&P 500, I think in the past 10 years. So when you deal with assets that either are crypto assets or they're, what is it? Or they use crypto in their product in some form or fashion, they invest in it. That's where you see those gains that are unbelievable. You know what I mean? So you won't see that anywhere else. Let's see, got some questions. I want to show some things, but I honestly want to ask questions. Ask questions.
Gotcha. I got questions for you as well. However, one thing I do want to mention, because this is like for beginners, for people that are even trying to get into crypto. One thing I want to mention about blockchain is that not only does she does a 5% challenge, and it's not like she's just calling out one ticker. I'm gonna always say ticker because I'm in the stock world. However, one coin or token at just a day. She's gonna call several of them, and you're going to continue to see her hit those 5% and things of that nature. It's up to you if you want to take full profits or just trim away and hold on to some of their runners, depending if you're doing leverage or not, right? You can start with as little as like $20 with her, right? $15, $10, right? She starts people almost every single weekend, I believe, or every other weekend on just a beginner's futures class, just getting you into the market, right? I know that she'll always do that. However, she's going to continue to move further along just to implement more trading strategies, and not trading strategies, also different classes for the community. However, do keep that in mind, right? Now, as far as questions, let me go into my notes, D-Wiz. Hold on. Because I had like beginners, intermediate, and
Do beginners, because I did that poll in the chat and most people are less than 2 on the scale as far as their knowledge in crypto. So we could do beginners. We ain't got to do too much theory uh, surrounding blockchain and Bitcoin. I can get into that, but I don't want to go into a deep tangent and put nobody to sleep.
no, got you.
I love that aspect, but not everybody gonna love that.
Gotcha. So you wanna keep it strictly beginners. Got you. Um, so my first question for like beginners, right, would be what exactly is cryptocurrency and how does it differ from traditional money?
So, in the simplest terms, it's a digital currency uh, that uses cryptographic technology. Uh, it uses blockchain technology, which blockchain technology is an immutable digital ledger that anybody can see. So to go into that a little bit, when Bitcoin first began being popular, people believed that it was money that you couldn't trace. However, you can trace everything that's on the blockchain. That's what's beautiful about Bitcoin, or any cryptocurrency you can trace on the blockchain unless it's a privacy coin. So in the event someone buys cryptocurrency from their bank account, from that point when they've made that connection to buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, their name is attached. Some type of identifier is attached to what they're purchasing, especially if it's from an exchange, because that exchange is going to have some type of data from relating to you, whether it's your name, social. Those are the exchanges that you have to provide all that information. But for the exchanges where you do non-KYC, where you don't have to give all that information, they still have your IP address. They have things to identify you in the event that you were trying to do something illegal. Right? So, but I was going on a tangent a little bit. I don't want to go too deep into it. But crypto, at the end of the day, is just another form of currency. You can call it money to some degree, but it's an improvement on how we exchange, have a use or means of exchange. You know, so unlike gold, where it's more difficult to transport or exchange because, for one, it's hard to transport a ton of gold from one country to the next when you can use Bitcoin and you can have it within an hour of equivalent value with extremely less cheaper fees, with no issues from transporting that amount of value from country to country. So, but it's, I think
what would you say? How does it differ? How does it differ from actual fiat? Fiat, for anybody that doesn't know what that means, is just dollars.
So the difference is cryptocurrency is not controlled. Most cryptocurrencies aren't controlled by a single entity. So the US government, the Chinese government, any of these large entities, the Federal Reserve, none of these organizations control who can and who can't buy or who can participate in the network, which makes it completely decentralized.
I understand.
And a fiat,
oh, well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And a fiat or cash ecosystem is controlled. You know, it's controlled as far as how many dollars are out there in the world. It's controlled where you could particularly use those dollars. And then I go back to the fact of, when you think about Bitcoin, and I said it was immutable. So once you've made a transaction on the blockchain using cryptocurrency, that data is there forever, right? So you know, from here to you sending money to Mexico, like I said, it's an improvement on the technology of money and how we do business and have peer-to-peer exchange.
And just sorry to interrupt you. Rosa or D-Wiz, if you don't mind, well, obviously not D-Wiz. Rosa, can you just take it off of the Facebook? Just take it off up there so nobody
Oh
can.
yeah,
I've been did that. I removed.
Okay,
I've been did that. I've been.
Thank you. That makes me I'm very
yeah.
Go ahead, my bad.
Nah, you good, bro. But yeah, that's some of the differences. When you think about cash, you think of something that can be, somebody can counterfeit it. You can't counterfeit Bitcoin. There will only be 21 million ever. So when you think of an asset or a currency like that, you think of all the people, and some of you who are beginners, you probably heard of people losing their wallets. You've heard of people possibly dying and not passing on the information to somebody to access wallets. Unlike fiat, if something like that occurred where dollars were lost, burned, or whatever, they just print more, which would inflate the value or inflate the supply of the money. You can't do that with Bitcoin, which makes it a forever depreciating asset. So, yeah.
I understand that. I understand that. And these questions are for you as well, blockchain. However, I understand that. I want to be a little bit tough. All right, so I could be like my mom's age or something like that, or maybe I'm not my mom's age and I'm just, used to being in a centralized ecosystem, right? Why should I, one, even be interested in a decentralized ecosystem? Two, what are advantages of me, I understand what blockchain said with the high yield savings, the percentages that we'll make. However, you know, make me, I don't want you to convince me, however, make me interested in like understanding why I should at least perk an eye over here and understand why I should be putting money into there. And then real
because
quick,
the current system is not working for us. The current system is not working. It's broken. The reason why Bitcoin was even created was because it was a solution to the broken system. Okay? These banks want to be involved in everything. That's why you got to go to the bank to get a loan to get a house. Okay? So then when you decide to not go to the bank, skip them, and decide to go ahead and do a tiny house, then they got regulations for that because you didn't go through them. You get what I'm saying? They want you in debt. Okay? They want you in debt. That's how America is built, on debt. It moves. Okay? Black Friday, you got to get your stuff. You got to get out there and spend that
and
money. If you
one thing I
don't,
want to say, because she kind of said like a little contradiction. America is built on debt, and they do want you to get into debt. However, if you don't understand that being in debt is good, you don't know how to use the system. Go ahead, blockchain.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, they want you to be in debt. They want you to be, they want you to, in order to get a house, they have you conditioned into thinking in order to get a house, you have to go through the bank and get that loan and stuff like that. And boom, boom, boom. There was an article that I read that this guy said that he went and bought a house, but he said had he took that money and waited a year later, he would have got 10 houses because he would have put it on Bitcoin. And it was like, I think he said it was like 10 years ago. And he said he should have waited and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, the Bitcoin was created. Like I tell people, you have a
So
smartphone.
real quick, blockchain.
Hold on. Ask your smartphone, why was Bitcoin created? And it will tell you. We shouldn't allow our smartphones to be smarter than us. We have a smartphone. The smartphone will tell you, you just have to, and then ask your phone this. Ask your whatever system that you have, you ask it, what is the least annual return of investment of Bitcoin annually? Annually, what is the least annually return of investment? I think it's about 50% annually.
And not only your smartphone, right? Because I'm piggybacking off of the things that she's saying. Not only your iPhone, grab ChatGPT or Gemini or something of that nature and get into an in-depth conversation about it. You can start being personal with ChatGPT and say, hey, well, ChatGPT, I have $5,000 in my savings account, right? Is it better for me to go with a Roth RRA, right? However, this is what's going to be coming in for the rest of the year where I can be not accumulating some profits. However, how can I do that and what investment can I put that in? However, one thing I want to mention, she was just talking about houses, and the individual that she was talking about could have bought 10 houses the next day, right? We can all see that in real time, right? And you can look all this information up. Now what I'm about to say is my own assumption. However, you can still look the information up, meaning 50 Cent, I forgot what album he did that he was receiving Bitcoin in and things of that nature. And little behold, 7 years later, whatever the case may be, you can see where Bitcoin's at right now, right? And we can also see where he built a studio, right? We know how much tens of millions of dollars that costs, right? To just build a studio to be able to start producing high level content and things of that nature. However, you're able to start seeing that. You can see that with NFL players as well back in 2021 that were receiving their payments in Bitcoin, right? And little behold comes 2024, right? Because they're investing, right? When you're investing, this is long term. This is not, it has nothing to do with trading, right? You can see that all of them, right, by just looking at the price of Bitcoin, where price is at, and things that go ahead.
I appreciate your fire. Because when you came on talking about the banks like that, I appreciate that. I want to add to that
Real
though.
quick, because I don't want to forget. I just want this to leave my mind.
Go ahead.
I think his name was Mr. J Block Dag, something like that. I agree with Rosa. Don't have that mindset with the question that you asked. What if you bought the bottom? Um, I'm someone, to tell you the truth, you're never gonna buy the bottom, right? Now, if you were scalping or day trading or something of that nature and you caught the bottom and it just kept going up and you sold later on, cool, great. However, the way this market works, just think of, you could look at this as a pyramid. However, stairways going down, stairways going up, right? You're gonna have step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then you're gonna have up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? When I'm at 4, can I jump to level 1? Yeah, I can. You know what I'm saying? However, what's the proper, or what should I truly do? Go to step 3, step 4, step 2, step 1, step 0, right? So regardless of the fact, that's why you could draw support and resistance, and you can always, right? If you chart like, dang man, I charted this like 3 months ago, and look, it followed my same lines, and you'll feel like an expert, or whatever the case may be. Why? Because it has to fluctuate, and it's going to continue to play around those prices until it leaves that range, right? The best thing that I can tell you, so you to be able to understand that, is go to a higher time frame, right? It's not just about zooming out. You're going to hear people just, oh, zoom out, da, da, da. It's not just about doing that. If you go to a higher time frame, even 12 to 6 months out and 3 months, and stay right there, you will understand what I'm saying when it leaves the range of the previous bar. It just has to do that, right? Once we can leave that range, it's a wrap. We're going to a newer range. The thing is, if we're in blue skies, you're not gonna be able to do that. You want the gym to be able to do that, just grab your 50% retracement, fib your previous candlestick, throw it on the top of the live candlestick, and that's where your price is going to be heading to go if it has great volatility. My bad, you Wiz. Go ahead.
You good. I want to answer your question about you speaking about someone like your mother's age that uh, that hasn't been in a decentralized environment, right? So I'll just say this: it's not going to be for everybody. Some people, especially people that are more older or elderly, they've been living in this environment where they're so attached to a centralized environment. That's okay. That's why they have these centralized exchanges that provide access to cryptocurrency as well. And that's completely fine. They don't have to participate using the various wallets that we use. They don't have to do all of that. You can, to this day, like now, go and purchase the Bitcoin ETF, which is now FDIC insured, which will give people who are accustomed to those centralized systems that assurance that, hey, if I invest into this and this exchange blows up, I'll get at least $250,000 of my money back. See what I'm saying? When they deal with a centralized or a broker like a Robinhood or a TD Ameritrade, whatever it may be, to purchase an ETF versus going completely decentralized, trying to use non-custodial wallets and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's not going to be for everybody to get into the weeds of non-custodial lifestyle and being your custodian of your own assets. It's not for everybody. But the first step is to interact with a centralized exchange like Coinbase, Crypto.com, even Robinhood. Robinhood has some of the cheapest fees, what most people don't realize. or they had. But Coinbase, I think Coinbase One or whatever it is, if you sign up for their plan, you can purchase USDC for free, I think. So, but that's what I want to say. It's not for everybody to get integrated deep into a decentralized system, but to take that first step, you want to get into a centralized exchange and go from there. That'll be the easiest way to do it. You said something else with that question. I just don't remember what it was.
You talking about the first question I had asked you?
Yeah, but you was relating it to why would somebody that's not accustomed to this want to get into?
Yeah, I was
what
asking,
is the benefit?
Yeah, you answered like the first part. So what I was asking was, okay, not to convince me, however, what would you say to get me interested?
So
Okay, because
everybody's interested.
nobody wants to be last. That's why. Nobody wants to be last. You want to
That's a
get in
fact.
early. Remember when the internet first came out? Now, you know, everybody and their grandma is on the internet. At first, it was, what is the internet? What is this at NBC@.com and all that stuff? That was in the very beginning. Okay, so whenever new technology comes, and the thing is, we have moved forward. America is known for moving towards new technology because guess what they did? Okay, they first you used to, you know, use cash a lot. Now, guess what you're doing? You're using a card, a debit card. Okay, we're not no longer using house phones. Okay, we're not using pay phones anymore. We're using cell phones. I think a lot of people don't even have house phones. Probably a low percentage don't have house phones anymore. We moved from VHS to, you know, DVDs. We move with the times. Okay, we don't want to get left behind. This is new technology. It is a technology. When you think about the blockchain, you got to think about the new technology.
With all those things she just mentioned, as the next wave beyond physical instruments or devices or whatever it may be, everything is going digitized. You don't actually have to have a physical phone to make a phone call. You can use a digitized environment or application on a computer to make a phone call, any type of device elsewhere from your actual phone to make a phone call nowadays. So that, and then when you think about, she said from VHS to DVDs, now you have streaming, everything is becoming more digitized. Now we're in the revolution of digitizing our money. So we go from exchanging rocks to exchanging cowrie shells to exchanging uh, gold and silver and copper or whatever it may be to exchanging paper cash to exchanging using a physical card to now we're tapping to now we're using our phone and we just have to make a connection with another device all in the digital realm. So what we're looking at with our money now is a revolution into a new way of using money, whether it be peer to peer, from person to person. Hey, let me borrow $5. Let me send it to you using my wallet. You can use Cash App, but that's a centralized entity. And Rosa can tell you all the issues of Cash App, then we'll give you. But when you control your own assets in a wallet, in a digital wallet or non-custodial hard wallet, I can send Rosa $1,000 worth of an asset, and I don't have to talk to nobody to do that. I don't have to, it doesn't have to go through any parameters, through any bank. Long as I already have those assets in my possession, I can send them to her. Yeah, hey, here you go, Rosa.
This is a good transition. I know you got to finish what you're saying, but it is a good transition to my
No,
next.
that's good. That's it.
All right. So before I answer the next question, I want to answer Uptown's question. So you get in with 20% of your 100% and it goes up. Is there a best way to add more of the 80% left if I'm making sense? Yeah, you're making 100% sense, right?
Yeah.
What I would tell you with that is from my understanding and my not just understanding, even though it's you got to go through the experience to have an understanding with
Well,
my
let me tell them what I said earlier. So
but
what I told them earlier was you have $1,000, right? You put 200 down initially, and then after that, you dollar cost average.
even if you got a weird name, I'm kicking you out.
So you put down that $200 of 1,000, right?
Mhm.
And then you want to begin dollar cost averaging on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, and you want to put in 5 to 10% of whatever that remaining amount is, which is $800. So say the next week after you put your $200 in, you go ahead and put in $50 or $100, and you just continue to add in until you reach that goal of 100% of the amount that you wanted to put in, right? And like I said in the beginning, that that does a couple things, but one of the main things, it protects you to some degree with price fluctuations, right? So, like I said, if Bitcoin is $68,000 today, and you put your $200 in, next week is $40,000. You put your $100 in, now you've lowered your cost basis. You done lowered your average of entry into the to that asset. That makes sense.
Yeah. If you want to go into the chat before I ask my second question, Paxton
Yeah,
has
I go in.
and while he reads that question, this is being recorded. However, I may not upload it just because it was just some weird stuff on there. And people that are not on this class, that go watch it, I don't
You
want
can
them.
easily edit that out. You have Justin. Edit it out.
So I may not upload the class. I understand that, Rosa. I don't want to have to put work on someone from my mistake. However, long story short, I may or may not. However, we'll go over the same material. Um, yeah. And
So that
I
it
may
wasn't
just
really a question.
Rosa, you know what? That was very smart of you. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that it wasn't really a question. It was just someone speaking about how.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to add on to it. So my second question was for you and Rosa. Can you explain how blockchain technology works in the simplest term?
All right. Sorry, my dog. All right. So blockchain, it uses a techno. Okay. So how does blockchain work? All right. So it uses a technology called the blockchain to record all transactions. So we're able to see everybody's transactions, but it's not tied to our names like it is, like when you go to the bank, you got to put your social security and everything. No, you don't have to do that. So the blockchain keeps a book. It's like having a book of transactions, except it's on the blockchain.
It's
All
a
right.
digital ledger.
Yes, into the ledger. And it's not controlled by a central authority like the bank and everything. It's not controlled by that. So that's that's what the blockchain is, just like a digital a digital ledger, like he said, that keeps track of transactions, all of our transactions. You can't go to the bank and say, hey, I want to know how much you have in your vault and stuff like that. But you could go on the blockchain and you can see somebody's wallet, but you don't know that it's their wallet. It's very transparent, and I like transparency.
So to add on to that, just like Rose said, it's a digital ledger. Just putting your mind frame of someone that does monthly budgeting for their household. They just got a little spiral notebook, and they say, okay, my car note, I paid my car note. This is how much it was. I paid it to this specific dealership or whatever, to whatever bank that my loan is with. Or I paid my phone bill to AT&T. I paid this to this. I sent so and so $200 because they watched my dogs for a month. But you take all that data and you put it into digital form that is immutable. You can't go back to there and say, "Oh dang, I messed up. I didn't send so and so $200 for watching my dog. I meant to send them $280 because they watched my dog and they watched my car." But on the blockchain, it takes that same data that you would have written into a spiral notebook, and it makes it immutable, meaning that you can't change that data. So once it's on there, bam, it's on there. And if I wanted to pay, or this person that paid $200 for someone to watch their dog for a month, they forgot to pay that extra $80, they have to make another transaction. Okay, now I'm gonna pay $80 because this person washed my car this month, whatever maybe. All that data is gonna be transplanted immediately onto the blockchain where I can, Rosa can, Moody can, any of y'all can. If y'all know the wallet address of the person that made these transactions, you can see everything that they did, whether it been them selling assets, whether it's they sent assets to somebody wherever. Like you can see all that data on the blockchain. And that's what it provides for you. Like Rosa said, it provides transparency. Although it still allows the person that's making those transactions to be unknown, unless you have data to confirm or connect them to that specific wallet. So that's why I always tell people, it's good practice to not show simply even your public wallet address unless it's somebody that you trust. Because I've done it a gazillion times. If somebody go and share their wallet on Facebook or wherever, and I'm trying to just be investigative because I love reading the blockchain, oh, let me just see what's on this wallet. No matter who it may be, you can do that if you want to. I did it for practice because I was trying to understand how the blockchain worked and how to identify how transactions were being made, how to read one transaction going from one place to the next, how to identify scams, how to identify owners of cryptocurrency assets and seeing how they have manipulated their market. So like it gives you all that data to allow you to do those things. If you go and you go talk to your bank, which they'll have a digital ledger, but they'll never show it to you. So the moment that you go and deposit $10,000, they immediately are doing something with that money. You go put $100,000 in your bank account, and then you go and ask them the next day, "Hey, I need to take that $100,000 back out." You're gonna have some red tape because they already manipulating or using that money to go put it elsewhere for their own personal benefits. You don't have to deal with that on the blockchain. On the blockchain, if I took $100,000 in Bitcoin and I put it in a wallet, sent it to one of my personal wallets, and say the next day, for whatever reason, I have an emergency at my home or I have to pay something or whatever it may be, I can immediately go and take that Bitcoin and take it out, cash it back out to fiat or whatever I need to do to it, and pay for those things that I need to take care of. With the bank, like I said, you're gonna have some red tape, but you're also gonna have eyes on what you're doing by people that you don't necessarily care for them to want to be in your business like that. You know what I mean? So I hope that gave some insight a little bit more on how the blockchain works and what it looks like in comparison to somebody that uses on a day to day. But yeah, that's blockchain for the most part.
All right. My bad. I'm over here I'm over here replying back to April. But yeah, so my next question would be, I really want to ask this question. Hold on. What are the common misconceptions about cryptocurrencies that beginners often have?
That you need a lot of money. You don't. I just said I took $15 and turned it into. Sorry for being loud, but this is
Oh, be
just
loud. I love it.
No, be loud.
I love it.
But yeah, so yeah, you don't need a lot of money to invest. As a matter of fact, in the Discord, I'm opening up a whole new wallet and I'm just gonna, go ahead and get people to invest with me. We're gonna go ahead and do the crypto future side and hold long on that side. There is no coming in, coming out, and then hold on the spot side and hold because I want y'all to be prepared for the bull run. I'm gonna pick the coins. We're gonna just go ahead and put what $25 a week. That's all I'm asking. $25 a week. You just put the $25 a week. You get in the Discord. We do it together. We come into the
Look,
bull
I'm
run
about to match Rosa
together.
energy. Stop eating that bullshit ass McDonald's. Know what I'm saying? It's all right. You don't need coffee in the morning. Know what I'm saying? Make your lunch at
No,
home. It's
actually, I had pot stickers. I had pot stickers today.
pot stickers. What's
So
that?
you don't know what that is? You too good for pot stickers now?
Why I
You
gotta?
know what?
Why I just
I'm
don't know
going.
what that is?
I'm
God,
going on mute,
get
man.
to this level.
Peace.
God. I just don't know what that is.
Yo, so one of the biggest misconceptions is simply people just thinking that it's a scam, like period. And it's just
A
proven
15-year scam. Bitcoin been running for what? I think what 15 years, right?
2009.
15 years.
So like
15 years. Oh,
it's hard to
and you know what? Wait, hold on for a second. Let me finish this thought.
go ahead.
Also, let me tell you something. If Bitcoin was a scam, it would not have entered. It made history by entering into the stock market. Them rich folks, they see, they see that Bitcoin is making money, so they want you out of there. But they want to sit there and put it on the news. Oh, Bitcoin volatility, but it's in the stock market. And guess what? I want y'all in. Y'all need to
Yeah,
come in.
look. So you see this energy that Rosa on? My bad, was I know you was about to say something, but see,
No, go ahead. I love
now
it.
we about to turn it up. See, listen, we just had to get the weirdos out of here. So what I'm trying to do is do this stuff with crypto, and then we're gonna spill it into talking about stocks, right?
I do
However,
challenges in the stock too. I do challenges in stock.
yeah, and we're gonna correlate it with the with the cryptocurrency market. However, I don't know if we may do these on Saturdays or something like that. We don't know how long these classes are gonna go. We were just gonna predict to do it for about an hour. However, it was a couple of mishaps, but we want everybody to be able to unmute themselves and like, talk like, okay, well, I got this much. What would you do? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. However, damn, I was about to match your energy with something. Oh yeah, everything that you hear her talking about right now, everything. I promise you, it's just some people that are like, they probably seen cryptocurrency like 2021 or 2020, but they ain't really pay attention to it like that. Everything that she is speaking on is what was happening in 2021. You will hear JP Morgan and all of them talking about, no, don't invest into this, don't do this, or don't do that. You will hear Kevin, right, from Shark Tank talking about not investing in cryptocurrency and stuff of that nature. They have changed now. Why? Because they were playing the narrative, right? So that people could get scared. Not only so they can get scared because they want price to come down. You know what I'm saying? So that they can buy at a more fairly a more fair price, right?
You got your retirement account offering crypto classes. Fidelity. Do you see how Fidelity is on their website saying, "Hey, we going you could invest in crypto. You could invest in crypto with Fidelity, but remember, if you invest in crypto with
Yeah.
Fidelity, don't own it.
Hold
You
on real
don't own
quick. Rosa, you just personally text me so everybody couldn't see that. But Paxson, go ahead, look. I just asked you to unmute. Go ahead and unmute and ask your question, bro.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, bro. I love this
Hey, and
class.
since I got you in this class, I remember you, bro. However, you've been you've been around since like the other, you don't even gotta talk about it, but the other group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, like, yo, I love this class, bro, because it's very informative, and a lot of people got misconceptions about what this is. You know what I mean? Like, this is the way the people to take back your worth. Like fiat currencies is a scam because they all based on the value of the people of the country. Like, United States tax so many people. That's the reason why the U.S. dollar is strong, because it's based off of their taxation. It's not based off of the actual money. Like, it's based off the people that earn the money, that make the money what it is. Like, so crypto is a way to take it back. Now, the question I really wanted to ask is, how do you trade and invest and protect your assets and protect your investments? Because just like with anything else, it's volatility. So, not saying you want to get in at the bottom.
I got
but,
this.
All right, I'm gonna just keep it brief. I'm gonna just finish my thought. How do you how do you protect your investment when you trading and investing? Because when I was trying to get in early with Bitcoin, I had too many life problems the way I couldn't stay invested the way I wanted to invest. And I'm kicking myself in the behind now, because I'll probably be a multi-millionaire, because it was so cheap when I first started dabbling. It wasn't even $200 a coin. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then with all of these altcoins and meme coins, you would get lost in the sauce. Like, if you really not into the crypto field, you would just start throwing money everywhere. So I just want to get y'all perspective. I just want to pick y'all brain.
I'm gonna let my sister start it off.
Please mute, because I've been hearing the clowns, man, and I really didn't appreciate that either.
Now you're good. Oh, before Rosa goes off, can everybody drop a 1 in the chat if it's not gonna bother y'all if we upload the class this way? Drop a 2 in the chat if y'all don't want to see none of that stuff.
Man, drop whatever you want to drop, man. I'm putting a 1, bro.
All right, cool. I just want to know where y'all minds is at so that I don't stay in my head and things of that nature. Why? Because this class will be uploaded in about an hour if I don't have to do anything. It's gonna upload on its own.
So,
cool, bro. But please mute me. I don't want to be interrupted. I'm in my car driving, trying to pay attention.
Look, I already muted you, bro. You good.
All right. So he asked, what was his first question?
it was somewhere along the lines of how to protect
your assets, your investments while trading.
Let me tell you what I do. I have an understanding that the patient makes money off the impatient. I understand that trading, impatient, investing, patient. Okay. What I do, I trade, I put it in my investments. Okay. Because that's my long term. So I'm trading and I'm dumping it into my investments. So that's how I protect, me trading, which is the impatient. I told you the patient makes money off of the impatient. So when I'm trading, I'm impatient. I just want the profit so I could dump it into my long term, right? So I want to also, well, I'm gonna let D-Wiz and Moody answer this, but I want to show you all something because you sat there and said that you are kicking yourself because it was cheaper then. Um, the
She
thing
gonna
about it
put
is
it in.
mass adoption uh, wasn't really close to what it is now.
Yeah.
We're still early. We're still
It's
early, sir.
extremely early right now. Even if
We
you
still
get in
early.
2026, you're early.
Yes. So I want to show you all something real quick, and you can answer that question. But to that guy, I want to make a point right here.
Go ahead, rub
You
it in
said
his
you was
face.
going through.
Well,
You said
before
you
you
was going
share
through
it,
life. You said you was going through life problems and everything.
you can go
And
ahead
you
and share it, Rosa. But this is what I want to say. When
Rosa, hold on. Give D Wiz a second real quick. Go ahead, Wiz.
when looking into protecting your assets and you're investing and trading, just keep it separate. But and then if you practice what Rosa does, where you trade and you take those profits to feed your investment, that's the proper way to do it. It's one of the best ways.
And before she goes on the tangent, that's why I'm like, no, I'll go last. Why? Because a lot of people don't know this because she just like I'm a scalper and all a day trader, a swing trader. Anyway, it's not about me. Rosa is literally an investor. She's an investor. She's all about long term. However, she trades for her long term portfolio. So it's exactly what Wiz just said. So pay attention to what she's about to tell y'all.
all right. So okay. So for the guy that was saying okay, or for anybody who's sitting there, saying, man, how am I going to be able, to, a lot of misconception is Bitcoin's too expensive. So a lot of people tend to go for the inexpensive cryptos. But let me
Rosa,
tell
he
you a quick
said
story.
his name is Ron. He said his name is Ron.
Okay, Ron. Okay, Ron. Okay. So let me tell y'all a quick story. I was involved a couple of years ago with a group, an investing group, right? I used to invest with them $300 every other month, right? Every other month I was investing, and stuff like that. And I said, hey, give me a list of the coins that you over here investing on. So once she sent me the list, I was like, okay, good, boom, boom, boom. I was like, hey, what about Bitcoin? Oh, we're not doing Bitcoin. Why? No, because these smaller coins, whatever, whatever. So what happened is that she kept telling people, look, it's gonna blow next year, it's gonna blow next year. My Bitcoin blew the very next year while they still waiting for the
We can't see nothing on your screen if you're trying to show us something.
okay, hold on for a second. My
Okay, never mind.
Bitcoin,
We can see your screen.
okay, my Bitcoin blew. Okay, you can't see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So my
It's just not
Bitcoin
showing
blew.
your account. Like whatever app you're in
Okay.
is black.
It's black.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and do this again and then let me know if you can see it. Can you see this?
I could hold on, get into it.
Okay.
Nah, it's
Okay,
not
can you
showing.
see?
Whatever app that you're in that you're trying to show is not is going straight black.
It's blacking it out.
Oh, I wonder why is it blacking it out? Okay. So,
Mhm.
okay, but let me tell you the story. So what happened is, everybody stopped investing, okay? They stopped investing because they said, hey, you said XRP was gonna make us millionaires. We're still waiting, right? So I tried to save the whole thing. I sat there and said, look, I told y'all 2 years ago, don't leave Bitcoin out. I said, look, man, I've been in profit for over 2 years now with 300%, over 300%. So she basically kicked me out because I knew what the heck I was talking about. I'm sitting there like if she would have did her due diligence, you get what I'm saying? She got those people waiting for their investments to blow, and it's not blowing yet. Now I wouldn't sit there
And
and
what I
say,
want
hey,
to
give
add to
up.
that,
I wouldn't
I
I
don't
wouldn't sit there and say
particularly
give
know
up.
what's going on. What I want to say to that is from just listening, right? She has people in an investment, and then she's talking about XRP, right? That's more so someone, just like she just mentioned, that's not doing their own due diligence, right? To
Uh-huh.
understand the lawsuits and to understand, right, all the circumstances that XRP is going through to be able to
Mhm.
say, okay, this is going to be a heavy investment that I'm in. Most people that are invested in the XRP was before certain things happened. And then the other wave that invested is when Not when the certain things released. However, when certain partnerships happen and things of that nature, and they got a good increase, right? Um, when you're dealing with a situation like that, you can tell that it's individuals that's not doing. If you believe that one coin, one ticker, one stock is going to change your life, you're in it for the wrong reasons. The day that you come into this market to make money, that's the day that the market makes money off of you. You're never supposed to come into this market to make money. You don't go to your job to make money. You go to your job and complete the task at hand. Yes, you know, at the end goal, it creates money, but the money is your time. Every hour that's getting spent on by. We're able to see your screen now, Rosa.
Yeah, I realized that I was on incognito mode. I was on incognito.
You see?
Let me add to that. Let me add to that, Moody. So, for a beginner, and this kind of correlates with what Rosa was talking about. For a beginner to get into cryptocurrency and they don't have Bitcoin as one of their main assets, I would say is a failure on whoever was entering them into the market. So, good practice in bringing Bitcoin in as your first investment into crypto. It allows your portfolio to have an anchor. So, what I mean by anchor is when Bitcoin is in your portfolio, it's going to be the most stable crypto asset that you have. Yeah, it's going to fluctuate in the bear market and it may drop 60%. And I'm going to get into that too. We no longer do hodling on most assets. On Bitcoin, you want to hodl despite whatever is going on, especially now. Years ago, you
And
don't.
hodl. Wait. What do you mean by hodl? Because they might not know what hodl.
Hold on for dear life. Don't let it go.
That's
So
right.
in years past with Bitcoin, you know, people took profit. A lot of people got into especially myself when I first came into crypto. I took the money that I had in it left in 2017. A lot of people hodled, meaning they kept their Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went from 19,000, which was the high in 2017, early 2018, and went all the way back down to less than $3,000. So the people that held on during that time, they weren't specifically holding on because they thought it was, you know, gonna continuously go up. They were all already at a loss. But if they would have practiced taking profits, now they would have been in a better position now. Now they if they held from then to now, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
But for now on, outside of Bitcoin, I'd suggest, because I can't tell you what to do, is to take profits because the cryptocurrency ecosystem and the market, it moves in 4-year cycles where you have a bullish market where the market goes up, you have a bearish market, and then you have a long consolidation period where you just don't know what's going on. And people stop talking about it. And then it ramps back up and completes the same cycle again. So in the previous markets that we've seen or cycles that we've seen, most people hodl. Most people hodl, but out of not because that was their strategy going in. They likely probably want to take profits, but because of the way that the market drops 70% to 80, 90%, depending on the asset, they had no choice but to hodl. Or they lose everything or most of what they invested. What I suggest for you to do, that if you're a beginner, in the next 4-year cycle, the only thing that we intend to hodl is Bitcoin. Everything else is susceptible to going to zero, losing a lot of value, and never going back to their previous high.
That's right.
I'm putting everything on that line.
That's right.
Outside of Bitcoin.
Y'all seen when he said that was a failure upon that educator's part where they were not invested into Bitcoin but XRP, right? It'd be a failure on my part with the experience that I have now with anybody that's been following me trading, and this is like about the stock market, for you to put your money into options. You put your, and the funny thing is, D-Wiz, correct me if I'm wrong. My first year, maybe within my 6 months of trading, and I was already a full-time trader, D-Wiz continued. And he had told me this when I was blowing accounts. He was like, Moody, why don't you look into funded accounts? I looked at it, and my words exactly, I never forget. I said, man, F that. I want to grow my own money. I don't care that they only going to take 10%. I want my whole 100%. However, I didn't have the understanding that I have now, right? With the understanding that I have now, I would tell everybody, start in the futures market, take the money out of there and put it into options and utilize options. Yes, you can day trade, you can scalp options. However, if you haven't been great at it, I promise you, you won't lose at swinging options 2 to 3 months out. It's kind of impossible to lose. The only way to lose that way, it's investing in August coming into September. Yeah, that's
All right.
all I wanted to add.
Okay, so let me get back to what the greatest misconception is that you need a lot of money. Okay. So let's say this is Uphold calculator, which I'm going to put in the chat so that you can have access to this. I usually give these to my students, my Crypto 101 students. I'm showing you all tonight. So let's say back in 2011 of January, you would have only invested $10 a month. So you see this, $10 a month, right? Repeat monthly, start from January 2011 and then December 2021, okay? That means that your portfolio over time, right, over those 10 years would have been only $1,320 would have been what you put in. What Bitcoin would have did for your money was got you to 6,265,300.
Rosa, start them from 2021. Start them from 2021. January 2021. Start there. I love that number. I just love it.
Well, but I'm just showing them in a 10-year span. This is what it would have been. 2020 January 2011 to December 2021. That's 10 years. So if
Yeah,
you
I'm
would have
just trying to
just
give them a
invested,
span. I'm just trying to give them a span of
okay,
when I started trading, 2021.
okay,
Imagine you've been investing in the Bitcoin since 2021.
okay,
Because most
2021.
people
Because we're gonna do other
don't hold
things
10
too.
years.
Okay. But I'm showing them in 10
Yeah,
years, the patient makes money off the inpatient
every
because
time.
exactly, because let's say, somebody trading whatever, Bitcoin would have beat that person by doing that 6 million and 10
Yeah.
by doing the $10 a month, just patiently waiting for 10 years. So we have the 2021, right? January to let's say to now, right?
Go to the start, Rosie. You on the end.
Yeah, you're on the end.
Well, he said 2021. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Start.
He said 2021. Let me go ahead to 20. You said 2021. Okay. January 2021 to, I guess, October, right? October, this month. So that means if you would have, invested $10 a month or whatever, from 2021 to now, right? You would have the $10 would have been your total $10 investment would have been 460, right? The total value would have been $481 dollars. That would have been close to doubling your money. But let's go ahead and go with Ethereum, right?
Let me
Because this is
tap in real
Bitcoin.
quick. Keep that up,
Okay.
Rosa. You would have outperformed every asset class just doing that. $460 and you get 80%, you'd have outperformed gold, you'd have outperformed the S&P 500, you'd have outperformed anything that you traditionally would see in the market just by putting $10 a month for 4 years.
And when he says the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies of the United States. This would have beat them because the S&P 500 gives you about, about 10%, 10%. But I'm not gonna knock the S&P 500 either because I have other strategies for that too. But so what he's saying is true. So okay, so then let's say if you would have chose Ethereum, right? You would have chose Ethereum from 2021 to 2024, right? You see how Ethereum is cheaper than Bitcoin. Ethereum is about 2000, right? 2000 something.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
reason
You see how right now Bitcoin is 68,000. So a lot of the greatest misconception is Bitcoin is more expensive. I'm not gonna get much, with Bitcoin. But look at this. Bitcoin beat this asset right here. It only gave 26%. While Bitcoin between those years, January 2021 and October 2024, gave you it gave you 80%, almost doubling your money at 100%. Go ahead, D-Wiz.
I was just gonna add to it, but the reason that you have less on Ethereum in comparison to Bitcoin is because Bitcoin being integrated and having these ETFs. Now Ethereum has ETFs as well, but Ethereum has a lot more competition. Bitcoin has no real competition as far as being the granddaddy, the the primary proof of work blockchain. They really don't have any competition when you compare it to other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the is digital gold.
Hey, Rosa, and if you don't mind, drop it for them so they can at least be able to play with the app, so that they can,
Okay.
look at certain coins and,
Okay.
just
Okay.
do
So
their
I had never seen this role, so I
Yeah,
appreciate
I've never seen this
pulling
one
this up.
either. I've seen things like this,
Yeah,
but I've never seen this
I thought
one.
you did. I thought you did, D-Wiz, because you was in my crypto 101 class. Um, you were answering questions in the
I might have
thing. You
missed
were
this part, but I had never
okay. Well, let me go
I had
ahead.
never
Let me go
used
ahead
that
and drop it.
personally.
Rosa gonna get on your ass.
Yeah, no, he was active in the chat. I don't know what happened. I
And
don't know
look,
how
and
he missed it.
I'm gonna help everybody too. Even though she dropped it in the chat, you also have to do your own due diligence at times and just say, okay, what is she on? Uphold.com, right? Go to uphold.com. What is she looking at? A dollar cost averaging calculator. All you have to do is just go to that website, scroll all the way down, and look for dollar cost averaging calculator. Just that,
Oh, wait. There's something else. There's something else I want to show them. There's something else I want to show y'all. This financial calculator. This financial calculator, I use this all the time, right? I
Oh,
use this all the
send
time.
me that. Send me that. Send me that. What's it called?
Okay. It's fncalculator.com. Yeah,
fncalculator.com.
fncalculator.com. All
I'm
right.
going to it right now.
I use mostly the percentage calculator because let's say, something is moving, let's say something is moving, 50%, and I sit there and just play with the numbers. What's 50% of 20 bucks, or whatever? It's $10 and stuff like that. So I use that a lot too because, I'm dealing with percentages when it comes to trading and stuff like that. I also use this calculator for the rule of 72 calculator. Remember, I was telling you, I'm not gonna knock the S&P 500 and their yearly 10% because it's still better than a high yield savings account. High yield savings account ain't giving 10%, right? So let's say, this is what I look for. Let's say you found a place, so you know where to get your 10% at, right? How long is it gonna take me to double my money if I know a vehicle that can grow my money? Okay, it's gonna take you about 7 years. So boom, I know in 7 years if I use the S&P 500, boom, it can double my money with the annual lease percentage of 10%. Boom. But okay, let's say with Bitcoin, if you ask your phone, um, what's the lease annual average return of investment with Bitcoin, right? So it's gonna probably stay about 45, 50, right? So if I know where to get 50% at, I'm gonna and this is true to me for me because it has doubled and it has doubled my money, right? It says about what the exact answer is about close to 2 years. Okay, about close to 2 years. So when you know where you can kind of get where you can get your percentages at, that's why I use the rule of 72 calculator. I love this calculator because when you get in the crypto space, you can stake, you can do all that stuff, right? They got staking. Well, it's just a lot, that I like about the rule of 72.
Right.
And I wait, I'm patient. I'm not, I'm sitting there. I used to always go out all the time. My son is 15 years old. He knows
Oh no,
my
I
plan.
got a question. I got a question. Because Moody don't want to get in trouble. Hey, y'all down to do this next week?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Let's do it. It's gonna be for the Discord, and if we start to do this every single week, one thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna always talk about cryptocurrency with y'all. However, I also want to integrate anything about the stock market. So what I'm gonna do, and I know Rosa's gonna love it because she stays doing this, um, is integrate stocks that correlate with Bitcoin, whether it's Tesla, you know what I'm saying, just so you guys can be able to understand it, and also invest into it and things of that nature, like
Can
pay.
we do? You know what? How about we do every other week? How about we do crypto one week and then stocks the next week?
That's what I want to do. However, I just was gonna see if we had the energy to be able to provide that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what I want to do. However, we just got to get the dates. I know if I do take a
Okay, well,
If I do take
let
a
me tell you.
Saturday, I will only be on for about an hour. So like say 7 to 8,
Okay,
and then I'll be off.
let's do
But
that.
we could keep running. We
All
can
right.
keep
Can
running.
y'all see? Can y'all see my screen?
Hmm.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about stocks that correlate with Bitcoin. Okay. This is
But yeah, I may jump off as y'all talking. I don't want to have
okay.
to interrupt, but I
Okay.
may just jump off.
Okay. Well, after I say this, I'm gonna jump off too. But I'm
But
doing.
we don't gotta do all that. Golly,
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I did a Cash App challenge, y'all, and I'm interested in stocks that correlate with Bitcoin. So this guy, Michael Saylor, right? You could go ahead and Google him. He's a guy. He has a company here in Virginia where I reside. Um, Years ago, he lost. He's a billionaire, and he lost billions. But once he started adopting Bitcoin and everything, he made those billions back, and now his stock has his stock has outperformed the top 500 companies of the United States. So this year, right, to get people involved into the stock market, because I wanted them in the stock market too, not just crypto. I sat there and said, how can I make these people that don't know anything about stocks, because what the misconception that they got, or what people saying, is that is a casino. Never a casino. The rich folks don't think it's a casino. They're teaching their kids how to invest at a young age, right? So what happened is, I did a Cash App challenge using his stock MicroStrategy, because guess what? I'm gonna follow the cheat code of the rich.
everybody should have
If
that
this
in their portfolio. Sorry.
if this billionaire is buying Bitcoin massively, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa.
He ain't
So
buying
let's
it
see. I got it.
massively. He's buying it at a rapid pace.
Yes. So what happened? Him and BlackRock is like they trying to compete with each other.
They own
So what happened?
America. Well, BlackRock does.
Yeah, yeah. So look. So what happened is, right? I told people, I sat there and said, man, how could I get somebody to at least invest, in the stock market? I said Cash App, right? So I was like, okay, all we doing is $50. All I asked them to do is $50. I didn't force nobody. They had to inbox me and tell me that they wanted to join the challenge, and I gave them the stock. So they was like, what stock should I buy in Cash App? I said MicroStrategy, right? So they did the 50%. I mean, they did the $50, right? I just said $50, that's it, right?
If
$50.
you got $1,000
Guess
to
what?
spare, Put it in
So
the
look,
micro strategy. Dollar cost average. I promise you blow up.
so look at this, right? We did $50, right? It already did 79.88%. And we started in March. We started in March. I started this challenge in March. That means that this again, and I'm sorry to beat it in people's head, beat a high yield savings account. You know how long it would take me to get um 79%? It would take
Not
about
long with
what? It would take
MCO.
about, okay, so it would take about like 15, 16 years or whatever to get this. So that means that all I put was $50, and I'm showing y'all it went up to $89.94. That means that when I save, I have to do the hard work. I have to save, work, save. No, but when I invest, it's like my money becomes my employee because they're working for me now. This money worked for me. Those $50, I put them to work. And those employees are making me money now. See? 89.90, $89.94. And it's showing you right here. I'm showing you. I did another Cash App challenge using the same stock, right? You know how people sit there and do every January, they do a 52 week money challenge. I said I would be stupid if I do a 52-week money challenge and put it in the bank. I said nope, putting it in micro strategy. So we did that challenge too. So there was two kinds of people, two kinds of challenges. The person that only wanted to do 50 and see how it worked, and then there was the people that sat there and said, okay, I had to give them the sheet of how much they're putting in. So one week they're putting in $11. I think the highest that they put in, one week would be like about $30, $40. So I tried to find a sheet where it can fit somebody's budget. So in the beginning, it's $2, $3. And guess what? Those people that did the 52-week money challenge, we ended up getting shares because guess what? This year, MicroStrategy stock was over $2,000. In August, our shares, they had a stock split, meaning that if you had one of MicroStrategy stock for $2,000, it turned into 20. They had a stock split, right? So we could get into that stock split a little later on what happens with that. But then that stock was able to go down to $100. That means that everybody that did my 52-week challenge, now we own shares now. We
Rose,
own
can I
shares.
say something? Look, one thing
Yes.
I want to mention, look, it's just because she got me hyped. I normally would never do this, right? So take advantage because I'm gonna do my best not to mention this again. All right. Like if you get on a one-on-one session with her, the market's live, and you like, or whatever, she's just telling you to get into something like, yo, I'm about to do this and da 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 da. Go ahead and do it. Right? I'm gonna just share one experience. One experience. The reason I'm telling you that is because she is who she is, and this is what she does. It's just like I am who I am, right? So let's just say it wasn't my last one-on-one session. Um, but I believe it was, I don't know, it was on Friday. I remember that. It was either Friday or Thursday. And I believe, no, it was Friday. So one thing I want to mention is, no, that guy's not in here because I don't want you. Nah, and if you was in here, don't take it personal. Right. So he's going through a one-on-one session with me to learn futures and things of that nature. Mind you, he has his accounts, right? And his account is literally logged on. So I was like, all right, bet, cool, let's trade. Mind you, he's with me. And I'm like, all right, what do you believe the market's gonna do? He's like, man, it looks like it's gonna keep falling. So I put him on a certain time frame that he should be on, right? So he could really understand the market. And I'm like, short it, let's go, right? Because I don't make nobody dependent on me. I seen his nervousness and I told him that it was gonna happen. I was like, bro, why are you logging out? He logged out to get on a paper trail. I'm like, bro, do you not I ain't gonna say I'm a fucking millionaire. That shit is just retarded. All right, cool, whatever. We're gonna do it on a paper trail. By the end of the me trading with him and showing him how to trade, his trades was up over $4,000 already. And he said exactly what I told him to do. I said, no, stay on paper trade because that's what you wanted to do. That's where you trust me at, right? So we're not going to go to your account. And what's going to happen is when we get off of this, you're going to say, I wish I was on my account, right? So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying about Rosa, right? Not only because I believe in her, I don't have to believe in her. It's facts now. It's history, proves itself, right? It's her track record. Go to her channel. Yeah, she misses. She barely misses. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you guys, like, really, jump on it. I literally, me and D-Wiz are literally on this class so that she could come into the crypto market because she's so busy doing other things. And as well, I'm doing this class so that D-Wiz can come out and really, you know, just teach you guys what to be doing and things of that nature. Because I know you guys are interested. However, if I was just to put the class out with Rosa, D-Wiz, not a lot of people are going to get on there, right? So what Moody's going to do is I'm going to carve it out and I'm about to show you how much I know about cryptocurrency. However, how I'm going to choose to learn from my two brothers and sisters as well. That's all I want.
D-Wiz actually, a couple of years ago, I was in his crypto class, so I learned a lot from D-Wiz as well, and I was actually excited that D-Wiz. I've been begging D-Wiz in his channel. I know he's like, damn, every time I post, she's underneath the post saying, hey, can you do a class? Can you do a class? So this is kind of like an early Christmas gift. Um, to me, I feel like because I've been begging him to do classes
This ain't your
and
Christmas. Your Christmas gift is when he do the banking class.
yeah. So look at this right here. This is MicroStrategy. This is what I told, people why I wanted them to get into MicroStrategy. So I was in MicroStrategy last year, he was talking and everything. And I sat there and said, man, this stock is over $2,000, man. But you know what? You can do fractional shares. You can do $50. What I sat there and saw is I saw this, right? He's a Bitcoin advocate, right? But look at this, right? Last week, if you would have invested in this stock last week,
Hold on.
you would have
Hey,
been up.
are you sharing your screen?
Yes.
Hold on. I think D-Wiz, you sharing your screen and is blocking hers right now. I'm not sure. Can y'all see her screen? I can't see her screen.
Yeah, for whatever reason, when I tried to share my screen, it kicked me out, and I can't turn it off.
Okay.
Can you see my
Try to
screen?
stop sharing your screen, blockchain, real quick. There it is. Now I can see your screen.
Okay, I'm doing it again.
All right. There it is.
Okay.
And once
So
blockchain finds a stopping point of what she's saying, Ron, you can go ahead because I know you wanted to clarify something that you were saying. You could go ahead and unmute yourself when she finds a stopping point.
okay, my stopping point is gonna be after this. All right. So MicroStrategy, right? If you would have invested, let's say $100 or $10 in this stock, because you don't have to buy the whole share. You can just every week put something in it, right? Your money would have made, you would have had 11.61 interest on your money in just a week, right? I mean, no, in just a day, actually. In a week, okay, it would have been 2.41%. In a month, you would have made half your money, okay, 51%. But let's take a look at the 3 months. The 3 months was 37. January to now, you would have tripled your money. That's 212% from January to October. Can people wait from January to October? I did because I got in last year. I believe in this company and I believe in stocks that correlate with Bitcoin. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at if you would have invested a year ago. You would have sextupled. That means that you would have not only doubled, tripled, quadrupled, quintupled. Okay, I had to learn all these things with this stock because I'm like, damn, you quintuple, you sextuple 6 times in a year. Okay, you would have. That means that if you would have put $100 in there, right, you would have had two, three, four, five, six, $700. Imagine $1,000, $7,000. And I told my brother, I have screenshots of me telling my brother last year, yo, I need you to get serious about MicroStrategy. I sold some of my stock too and put it on MicroStrategy because I'm sitting there like, yo, the thing is moving. The thing is moving. I need my losses back from these other. I Google. And in 2 years, I was in Google stocks, but in 2 years, Google and Amazon gave me 46%. Now that still beats the high yield savings account, but I'm a little bit spoiled. I sat there and said, 2 years, and you only gave me 46? Get out of there. I sold it and I put it on MicroStrategy, and I said I'll be back for Google and Amazon because guess what? I'm deep into AI, and I need Google and Amazon back, but I'm gonna wait
look,
until
Google,
the bear market.
Amazon, definitely gonna blow with
Yeah, I
MSCTR.
already
But
know.
look,
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
already
just
know.
say this right now. Meta is gonna do numbers. Meta and Apple.
Yes,
I promise you. Meta, Apple,
Meta
and
is
Tesla are
deep
gonna
into
do
AI.
numbers.
Yeah, Meta is deep into AI. Their I actually have their augmented reality headset. Soon I'm gonna start having metaverse meetings in the
Yo, D
metaverse. I
Wiz, you
used
know
to
what
have
she reminds
metaverse
me
meetings
of?
before.
D Wiz, you know what she reminds me of?
Hold on, I ain't
2021.
finished yet.
I'm sorry, every product that you will find with mining, and you literally went and bought every single product. You don't hear her? My bad.
Oh
Yeah.
I hear him.
So look at this. So look at this. 5 year span. Boom. 1,404. So if you would have waited and skipped out on a couple of meals, right? You would have waited and skipped out. Me, I am the person that goes out. I used to go out all the time. I sat there and said, no, man, delay gratification. I'll celebrate later. I'll celebrate in 5 years. I'll celebrate in 10 years. I went out and bought a bottle of wine. I said, that's the most I'm doing. I'm drinking inside my house. That's why you hear me hyped right now. Okay. I did have a little bit of wine, but you know, I'm still. But look at this.
What you
Five
drinking, Rosa?
years. Five 5 years. 1,404%. The bank can't say it with me, everybody. The bank can't do this. I'm out. I'm off now because I'm
And
getting
all I
too
have to say,
hyped.
look, you hear my wife in the background. She's like, you already know how Rosa get down and stuff. Look, and all I have to say is, I'm unstoppable now, not because of me, because of my team. And now that I got a woman behind what we're doing, it's a wrap. Cause she ain't touch her. You know why? Because we gonna be right in front of her. You're gonna have to go through us before you touch her. Oh, I'm not supposed to smoke on screen, my bad.
All right, well, I'm done. I'm done with that. I just wanted to show them percentages. Look, guys, y'all can sit there and say, I chase interest. Okay. I chase interest. You could chase interest in the crypto market. You could chase interest in the stock market. I'd rather you all do both. And I'm telling you, I'm going to sit there and do another portfolio because I want people we doing $25 a week. I'm doing $25 a week.
And look, and you
I,
can chase
I want,
candles because I chase candles every single day. You just got to know how to do it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
My bad. You got me hyped, Rosa.
All right, yo, I'm gonna clarify the because I was driving, bro, so I was trying to like pay attention, right? I'm gonna clarify what I was trying to get at, right? But yo, I love what she was saying, yo. That shit was done. Yo, what I meant
Well,
by
who was
like,
that?
because I like I invest, I trade, or whatever the case may be. But
Mhm.
now it's like I'm like super dedicated. Like before, I would like I go through some things and then I'll put it on the back burner, and then it'd be like a couple months later, and I'd be like, damn, I should have stuck with it.
One thing I'm gonna tell you though, because I know you rock with me.
Yeah, you know you my guy.
If anything, if you talking crypto or trading in crypto, I promise you, bro, I'm gonna send you straight to Rosa.
Oh, bro, I do both.
Okay, cool.
It's just with the market though. It's more equity intense. Like you gotta put up a little more money to play them options and the equity and all of that. Like that's a little more money intense. Like she said, you can start crypto with like crumbs. Like that's how I practice my trading.
Hold on for a second. Because Monday, guess what I did? I did another challenge. Monday, I said, forget all that. I said, what can I do? Boom, boom, boom. I sat there and said, hey, get a contract, America Online, $23. I gave the signal out on Facebook, right? $23.
He even hit me up and told me to get in.
Exactly. Do you know that we did 150% in 2 days? Wednesday, we already doubled our money. We already doubled that $23. Right now it's at 60. So Friday it was at $60 now. So it's almost tripling. Okay, that's what we did. $23. I even got them. I sat there and said, "Look, I'm gonna give you BT. BT did 32%. We got into BTBT, I think, on Wednesday. Okay, and it already did 32%. Like,
She's a
come on
prophet
now.
for the stock
I'm
market.
trying to tell people, stop being scared of the stock market. They want you scared of the stock market, but guess what? They're not scared of the stock market. They use it to build wealth. Okay, I can't save myself to wealth. I can't. I want the stock market. Rudy, stop. I'm having more wine. Okay, calm down.
What you drinking?
Oh, actually, that's this wine and all these that it's called. It's
No,
like
I
a
mean,
Christian.
what kind? Like, not the brand. I mean, like,
Oh,
if
Nah,
you
she
drinking
told you the
white, red,
facility. Hold on, she about to
Merlot.
tell you the brand.
I drink wine.
well, no. Well, this is a different wine in all these because it's like an eggnog type thing, but it's a wine. It's a
You
wine.
can
They
make
have
wine
a
out of anything that ferments. It's a
yeah,
white
yeah.
or it's a red.
They
It's not a
they
red
have.
though.
Let me tell you. I don't know if y'all know, but they have coquito. I buy that in the summertime where it's wine, but it tastes like coquito. It tastes
Hey,
like
look, I know both of y'all from New
Puerto
York because
Rican.
I can hear the accent. Hey, man, don't be trying to slide on my sister on the Zoom, man. She got a DM, bro.
Nah, I'm
But
here
look,
with
but
my
look.
wife, bro. I'm taking, bro.
Oh, please, God. Hey, tell your Earth I
No,
said my
you did.
apologies.
But
yo,
look, but look,
I don't mean to interrupt, but yo, bro, I appreciate how you drop the
look at
knowledge of
Candace
self
laughing.
and all that. I'm gonna talk to you about that on a later note.
Go
So
ahead.
let me tell you something.
Nah, that's my
But look,
heritage, bro.
We'll
That's my
talk in a second.
lineage. That's my heritage. That's
let
my
me tell you
lineage.
something.
That's where I come from.
I'm doing. Let me tell you something. This is my plan for the people in the Discord. My plan is after this bull run, right? After this bull run, at least keep $3,000 of that profit. At least keep $3,000, right? And we do a 5% challenge again. 5% on that $3,000. By the end of the month, that $3,000 is gonna turn into $13,000. That's why I'm doing five
I
percent.
know.
Like, please listen to her. Like,
No,
Right
I'm
now.
listening. That's why I want
like
to ask. This
she
why I want
don't
to ask.
trade. She don't trade like how everybody else trades.
Yo,
She
bro.
trades to invest. No, I know you listening, but I'm
This the
just
reason why I
it's like
want to ask her
everybody else.
something because I asked it, but I was so busy worried about traffic. I think it got a little lost in translation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I meant like say like I'm trading, right? And I'm taking my profits, right? 5, 10, whatever percent. Sometimes
You
you know
talking
how
about
trading go.
crypto
You
or
be up
stocks?
100,
You
you
talking
be
about
up
crypto
50%,
stocks?
you be up
Crypto
whatever.
stocks. Crypto
I want
stocks.
to
Are we
take
talking
my
about
profits and I want to put it in stuff, but I don't want to just put it just in Bitcoin and Ethereum because I know they like kind of like stable coins, even though they fluctuate.
let me
They
tell
like
you
the
something.
main coins.
So
Never
look,
So
I'm gonna give
stable
him an
coin.
explanation. Let me
I'm
give him
doing
an explanation.
XRP stable coin. But look, let me tell you. That's why y'all gotta come to the Discord because I'm gonna put energy in the coins that we choose. I'm tackling the meme coins first.
Everybody
Okay?
here is in the
I'm
Discord. Everybody here is in the Discord.
I'm tackling the meme coins first. That's where we're gonna make most of the money at in the meme coin. But then when the bear market comes, boom, we got that cushion with the large caps. We got that cushion with Bitcoin. We got that cushion with Ethereum. I'm not even gonna front. I told my brother, I said, look, man, Ethereum is at 100% discount. He was like, what you mean? I said, right now it's at
it's
2000
cheap.
and something. The all-time high of Ethereum
Ethereum's
was
gonna hit like
4,000.
10
I
to
said, I
Ethereum's
said,
gonna hit
I
like
said,
10 to 15.
hold on a second. I said, bruh, you will double your money. You talk about doubling your money, put $10,000 in it, boom. That you guaranteed gonna be $20,000 with Ethereum and more. So he was like, oh, let me move this, but let me move this. I'm gonna sell a part of my Dogecoin. I said, well, we need Dogecoin. What are you doing, dude? I didn't tell you all that.
The reason
Then
why I
he,
like Ethereum is because Ethereum power all the memes and all the other coins. So it's
I
like
said,
Because of the
I love
gas.
Ethereum.
no. That's when you got to get deeper into Crypto 101 because Solana got memes too. You got
No,
tons. I'm inside Telegram. Why am I not gonna invest in Telegram? I mean, in the Toncoin and in those memes. There's
Can I
different.
ask you a question? Can I ask you a
Sui
question
has
real quick?
meme coin.
Can I
Yeah,
ask you a question real quick about like Solana, right? That power
Solana.
is mostly. I mean Solana. I said I'm bugging. Look, I had burnt one. You know what I mean? You was drinking, I burnt one real quick.
Okay. So we both.
but
We both. Mhm.
but with Solana, right? Don't like a lot of the stuff they power is like like metaverse type stuff, like games and communities and stuff like that. It's not, they don't really power memes.
Oh, no, that's
Like, is it
No,
memes
it's
on
cool.
they blockchain?
so.
But
So-
no, they
So
do to a certain degree.
I'm just asking.
tell
I
her,
don't.
Rosa.
I'm,
Let me
look,
tell
I'm
her,
not.
Rosa.
I'm not
Oh,
super
okay. Well, let me
knowledgeable on Solana. You know what I mean? So I'm asking.
let me let the Wiz have that.
So look, so you got various blockchains. So you got Ethereum, which is the largest of the altcoin
Yeah, they
layer
power most of the
blockchains.
altcoins.
So it doesn't power most of the altcoins. It powers all of the altcoins under Ethereum. But then you have Solana is a completely different
Yeah, that's a
blockchain
completely different
that
blockchain.
has the
Different highway.
same, it has the exact same structure or ecosystem. It just has a little bit less. So it has meme coins. It has borrowing against your asset platform.
Yeah, I know. It got a
It
lot of
has
that.
DEXs. It
Staking.
has everything that Ethereum has, and it's cheaper to process.
It's just smaller, right? Yeah.
And it's smaller by market cap. So those are two, but then you have Avalanche, you got Tongue,
I know about Avalanche too.
You
It's
have-
smaller too.
Casper, you have a bunch of other ones. So within those ecosystems, you can find gems. But it's a ton of them. It's too many right now, honestly.
And that's the key question. Outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, well, I guess Solana, but it's so up right now, it's due for a pullback. But it's like,
No, it already pulled back. It was over 200. It was over 200. It already broke its all-time high from last cycle. So Solana is in a good position to keep running. I expect Solana to be between $400 to $600 by the top of the market next year.
all right.
So it already pulled back. It went through its bloody phase. It went down to like $110, and it's on a trend back up with everything else.
Yo, I
Okay,
ain't gonna
more
lie,
money.
bro. I really appreciate this because I'm serious. And it's like I'm so busy trying to perfect my strategy. I'm just like you said, use what you could afford. So it'd be like
Look
I just drop a
look at
couple
CoinMarket.
hundred and just sit there and really it's like school. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, look
I
at
want to get in
CoinMarket cap.
heavy, but I'm
Look at
not sold.
Look at CoinMarket. Well, you say you're not sold. Look at CoinMarket
No, I mean I'm
cap.
not sold on some of these coins. I got
Oh,
coin market
oh,
cap.
okay. Okay, well, look at CoinMarketCap and look at the top 20. Look at the top 30. There's coins that still haven't hit a penny. There's Jasmine. I told my students, Jasmine.
Yeah, I made a couple dollars with
But look,
Jasmine.
look,
So look,
hey,
Somebody
can I
real
jump
quick.
in?
Real quick, Moody, let me say something, because I was quiet for like 15, 20 minutes. Look,
That's right.
so look, when you go look at CoinMarketCap or you go look at CoinGecko, there's been probably 1 million cryptocurrencies that's been made at this point in the past 4 or 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all those coins, there's less than 10 that's broken their all-time high from last cycle. 70 to 80% of those will break a new all-time high, and if it does the same thing that they've done in previous cycles, they'll 3x the previous all-time high. This is exactly what Bitcoin has done. So, and that's the minimum of what they would do. So when you look at Bitcoin, almost every cycle you'll see its all-time high. Every 4 years it'll have an all-time high. The cycle before last, it was 19,000. Then last cycle it was 69,000. So this coming cycle you expected the 3x from 69,000.
Yeah.
That is what I would expect from it, but I believe we could go higher because now we have
I missed it right before the pandemic.
So now you look at these other coins, you look at Solana, they're a lot smaller. They have the ability to multiply even more because their market cap is significantly small.
Hey, Rosa,
That's what happened at Ethereum.
Give
That's what happened at
the
Ethereum.
opportunity to unmute if anybody wants to jump into conversations. But go ahead. No, you good. Keep going. Hey, man, you see, look, Rosa wasn't lying. You see how they was like doing all that freaky stuff in the beginning because they know that'll bother people and they'll jump off, right? That's like the news. They be trying to scare people. That's why you can't just be doing free stuff for
You
people.
buy the fear, man. When people fearful, you buy up.
Yeah. It's just so you can see it in real time where it's like you may not understand how it's gonna happen. It's just the circumstances. You know
Yo,
what
let me ask D Wiz something because I ain't gonna lie. I be
Okay, go
following.
ahead.
I be lurking D Wiz a little bit because D Wiz is sharp, bro. Like I wish you had more stuff on YouTube.
Oh, he about to. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you
Alright.
telling them, you see?
So
Nah, I'm gonna
Go
ask you a
ahead,
question real quick though, bro.
Go ahead.
Say like my strategy with like the memes, instead of trying to catch them going up, I just wait for them to explode because 99% of them all come back down. They explode rapidly and then
They
they
do.
come back down. And I wait for them to explode and I just catch the wave back down.
That's a good strategy. And the key thing is, so there's probably a solid 10 to 12 meme coins that I think those are staples that they'll just continue to thrive.
The Shibas, the
Um,
Doges.
Yeah, so those are here to stay.
Go ahead and say it
But-
so I can put it in the chat.
Huh? Oh, the
Go
names?
ahead and
All right, so I'll just rattle some. For sure, Doge is the granddaddy. Shiba Inu, Pepe, Bonk, With, Brett, what else? I'm gonna just go by blockchain. Avalanche blockchain is Cock Inu. Yeah. The Ton blockchain is what is it? Reservoir Dog or something like that. Redo. That's what it is. But that's
What
what
about
it's like,
Helium?
Reservoir Dog or something like that.
Yeah, it is.
But they also have another meme coin called Not Coin or something like that. That one also. We'll go to base. I said Brett. We'll go to what else? On Ethereum, I said Pepe. I like Turbo. However, it hasn't performed enough in the cycle yet. But I will put Turbo on the side and say that's a possibility. What other blockchains out there? Bitcoin's blockchain. Layer 2 of Bitcoin. Pups. Pups is a staple. I believe Pups is gonna be like the dog with that on Solana. What else is it?
Yeah, I gotta get back with the whole crypto space because there's so many new.
On Casper, I would say Nacho. That's the top one that I would be looking into. What else, bro? Name another blockchain, Rosa, that I didn't say.
Sui? Did we say Sui?
Oh, on Sui, damn, I was just looking at it. No, I didn't buy none. Sui doesn't have one that stands out to me, but Sui is.
What about Hamster? What about Hamster? What do you think about Hamster?
Oh, the Combat Hamster, whatever.
Yeah, what about my man? What about my man Trump new coin?
I've been writing that down up and down. Trump coin been doing numbers. I've been doing 400% on Trump coin. I've been doing 400% Trump coin.
Not Trump coin, the one that he just launched. The one that he just launched, he actually launched.
I'm talking about the one he actually launched.
Yeah. That one, I don't think it's available to trade yet, and only
you gotta have the white paper.
Accredited investors were able to get into it. So
yeah,
when it is available to trade, I do expect it to do numbers. Because it's his and people are gonna want to buy it just because it's related to him in certain ways. So I would
I would trade it.
I would put money into it just to ride the wave because people are gonna buy this not even in crypto just because it's his.
Yeah, I'm gonna trade it. I ain't gonna buy it. I ain't gonna hold it. I trade it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I hope it got 200 times leverage
What
too.
about Floki? What about
Exactly.
Floki?
First day.
Floki, what about Floki? What about Floki?
Floki was a last cycle coin. I think it's still gonna perform well, but I don't see it being in that top 10 to 12 coins because I'm trying to spread it out across blockchains. I think, and Floki is it on multiple chains? I think it's
I
on
think so.
I think it's on
Yo, Moody, you seen the Yakub coin?
Nah, I didn't see y'all cool coin.
Hey,
Yo, I
this,
was dying.
Short the fuck out.
Mr. J, I do like I do like Moonwell. That's not a meme, but I bought some last week, so I do like that one. You can
When
buy
is-
What I
Moonwell.
mean?
You
Here
can
go
buy
the time. Here go
Moonwell
the
on Coinbase.
Do
What
any of
about
y'all know?
podcast?
I'm sorry.
Nero's been doing good. I do got
Yeah,
bones.
I hit that on the way up and down.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing this up,
Yeah.
Rosa. So I do like Nero. It hasn't performed long enough to be a staple for me, but I do like it. I do like the price action on it. Okay, dogs. That's the one that's on Toncoin.
Yeah.
I'm learning myself right now.
Turbo has been doing crazy numbers when it raced up to 1 cent. Crazy numbers. All of these right here, I don't particularly care for. The
See, the only thing
OSAC.
I'm afraid of, the only thing I'm afraid of is doing this too long, where it's like I get in trouble by my wife because D Wiz over here like, hey man, look at this coin, man, just throw $100 at it. Hey man, look at this one.
Go back up, Rosa.
You know, that's what made me believe in the meme coins. I was working with this African brother. Him and his brother used to put $500 in meme coins, and they retired.
Go back down.
They made a couple million.
So we can go through memes all day, but what I'll say is memes were the best performing asset in crypto since the beginning of this year, since the market started to go back
expand. Yeah.
So
I like Moodang.
I expect it to continue to do that, but I expected there to be some
drawback
top tier ones that outperform all the rest. And
Mother has been doing good too.
mentioned. Huh?
Mother's been doing good too.
Yeah, I don't see Mother being like $1 billion market cap coin though. Like I think you can trade most of these in the top, almost at 1,000.
Let me ask you a question too. Because I remember when Meta was supposed to get into this space, and then they kind of backed out. Like,
so they didn't. They did and they didn't.
Yeah, because he was gonna do the Libra coin and some shit like that. And then,
so there's 2 coins. There's actually 3, but one hasn't really developed much. That's Sui and Aptos. So they branched off from Libra and they created 2 different entities, which is Sui and Aptos. And they use the same programming language. And they're supposed to be the Solana killers. I don't think they'll be Solana killers, but I think Sui will be the
competitive.
I think Sui will be the Solana of this cycle. Solana did crazy numbers last cycle. It's probably the best performing.
And Turbo is a meme and it's AI.
Yeah.
I'm in the AI and big data space right now.
See, look, I got a whole strategy for this. Like as I'm learning, I got a whole strategy for this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get some funded accounts, right? You can start
I gotta get with that.
$16 to $50, right? I'm gonna go $50 and get the 300K accounts, right? Profit goal 20 bands, easy to hit. It's just a mindset. However, plenty of people hit it. I think Bree was in the chat. She was saying something. Bree, let me know how many times you hit it. Is it pretty easy? It's just a mindset. You know what I'm saying? The discipline may be a little difficult for one. However, you got to do it. However, getting that and then utilizing the cash outs from it. Let's just say it's 3,500. The cash out that you can do every basically 10 days. However, 2 times out of the month, utilizing that and put it into meme coins, because now you're utilizing your profit. Now you're utilizing house money, just profits. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, cool. Utilize that money as soon as you get a cash out, or even using a 25K account. And I will only start with like 2 accounts, where it's like, hey, with $16 or $20, I'm gonna get these funded. If I blow one, I blow one. However, I'm gonna be disciplined to get the next one funded just to get cash outs, just to invest into the meme coins, to be honest.
So what I would suggest is this. I do like the meme coins. I wouldn't play in a whole 1,000 of them. I would pick a max 10 meme coins that I would invest into going forward. Because memes, like I said, they've outperformed everything else, right? There's so many other legit cryptocurrencies that have not performed the way that they will perform. You'll do a lot better by focusing on those versus some of these memes. Some of them, not all of them. Like when you look at each blockchain, like Rosa, if you could go to Sui's category if you can. They have a decentralized exchange. This is a strategy that you can use. You can go to any blockchain that you feel that will perform very well. Find out what their top decentralized exchange is. That's what you buy. Because it's going to outperform that blockchain. It's going to do multiples more than that, and it's solidified in that chain as a staple that is going to stay there. Versus you throwing $1,000 on a meme that may be $10 in 2 months. See what I'm saying? You put it in something that has value and actually will perform well enough against the blockchain that it's affiliated with. So Cetus is, click on that one, Rosa, Cetus. That is the primary decentralized exchange on Sui, right? I think it has other functions as well. There's another one called DeepBook. I think DeepBook just came out. Maybe there it is. It just came out like a week ago or something like that. It was doing numbers a few days ago. I ain't checked it today.
It's not. Oh, I like Ondo too, but DeepBook is not letting me click into it. Probably not enough information.
It's really new. It's really new. So
Ondo is good too.
Yeah, Ondo is a whatchamacallit. Can't think of the name of it. It's something that's spread across multiple chains. That's why I'm saying go to a specific blockchain and choose the decentralized exchange that's the primary one for that blockchain. So for base, you want to choose Aerodrome, wherever it's at. Aerodrome will perform better than most of the other altcoins inside of the base ecosystem because it's attached directly to base, and it's going to be swapping and exchanging all of the tokens that are being created on that chain.
What about AAVE? It's on base too, but what's the primary chain for that? I guess
because
I did a little hide on that one too.
So Aave is spread across various chains.
Yeah.
It was primarily on Ethereum initially.
Yeah.
So, but it's on Polygon. It's on at least 10 to 12 chains.
So, let me ask you a question, right? Because sometimes I just be looking at the market cap. So, it's like if it got a nice market cap, is it worth trading or?
What's a nice market cap to you?
All right, let me look at it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna let you know. Give me 1 second.
Hey, I'm gonna jump off, but
Peace, bro.
You already know. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Peace and love.
I say like anything that's like 1 billion and better, right?
Okay.
cause I'm like this helium coin, right? What's this? HNT?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love helium. Oh my God.
Yeah, see the funny shit is I think, yo, you know what's funny? Somebody put me onto it. And then I think I was looking at something you was talking about and you mentioned it too. That's what made me like really get into it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it
I
was like a
collect. Yeah, yeah,
confirmation. It wasn't just
yeah. Cause
cause
we collect helium. We collect mobile tokens by using
yeah.
the
Oh yeah, I'll be
helium.
mapping. I'll be
Uh,
collecting mine too.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
I got some shit. So it's funny because when I try to trade it, it was like I do better at mapping than I do trading it because it don't seem like even though it got a little market cap, it don't never really seem like there's no value in that shit to me. Like I don't know, when I traded, it seemed
It typically moves very aggressively, and sometimes it doesn't move with the market.
yeah, it's like
And
it don't
and
move like when everything else be moving, that be flat. Like what's
and the
going on?
reason is I'm gonna give you the reason. The reason is because we collecting all of those tokens for free. So we have a separate market from the traditional cryptocurrency market because now we're getting an influx of these tokens every day, and people are selling those tokens to go buy other assets. So when the market is trending up,
We trending down.
we're trending down or staying flat because the
People selling
inflation
it.
rate of supply coming into the market is suppressing the price.
Yeah, it's
You know
like
what I'm saying?
it's like Elon with Tesla right now. Nobody could buy as much as he shedding it on Twitter. So
Yeah,
the price wasn't reflecting the real value. His
yeah,
personal decision just killed the price, killed all
yeah.
price action.
But that's one of the primary reasons you see that with with any of the helium related tokens because they have three tokens. They got
Yeah, they
mobile,
got a couple.
yeah, they have mobile HNT, and they have I can't think of the other one right now. But they have one more token.
There's one that there's a project that is kind of like Shark Tank, but it's for crypto.
Yeah, exactly. It's like similar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like similar. So that's another one.
It's with they hotspots. Like people wherever people could put the hotspots at, it's like they get them more tokens or something like that.
yeah, no,
Because
I do that. I have a hotspot, but
I
that
was
so
in
you
the
get ancient, you get mobile token for deploying a hotspot, but they have other hotspots.
I think somebody put
And
one
it's
in
the
the airport in
IoT
London.
token. It's the
I think
IoT
somebody
token.
I think somebody put one in Heathrow Airport and got the bonus. Because I was in
Oh,
a Discord and I
Oh,
heard them talking about it
you know what it's
on the
called?
live.
It's called Hello. There's one that's called Hello, and that's a killer whale show.
yeah.
It's kind of like I said, it's from Hello Labs, and I posted about that. I had to look on my page and put, you know, Shark Tank because I know I mentioned it. That's one that it focuses on I think what Web3 crypto
Oh
NFT
man.
project.
Yo, you know what? What's the brother name that used to be the head of the video project when they was doing the AI, when they started AI or whatever, when they really was like, and now he with Bezos. He like one of the I think he doing something with blockchain technology with Bezos. I think
Hmm.
part of the that global fund thing he doing
Is
where
it the
he
black guy or the white guy?
oh man, I gotta remember his name because I met his brother and he want me to
Is
meet
it the
him.
black guy or the white
Yeah,
guy?
of
The
course,
black guy.
he a brother.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right? I forgot
yeah.
his name though, because I
I
think he
did.
was on.
I did a what is it? African American history on him, and he was one of my history topics.
Yeah,
Black
he a real
history.
smart
Yep.
guy too. He really sharp.
Let me see. Let me see.
But I know he supposed to be working on a that's what I was told. He's supposed to be working on a project too. So I wonder if they gonna, cause they working on blockchain, so they definitely gonna have a crypto. So I want to know if you knew anything about it, cause I guess this guy Bezos, he's funding it. So Amazon, they want to definitely get in that space. Everybody wanted. The banks already got blockchains. They just not promoting it like that.
This what I tell you, and this is my direct quote. when I write a book one day, it's gonna say it in there. Cryptocurrency is a Trojan horse for
The
blockchain
fiat.
technology.
It's the Trojan horse of blockchain technology.
It's the Trojan horse. And I say that because you get what I'm saying though, right?
I mean, look, bro.
Everything that we do and experience and use will be utilized using the blockchain. Whether it be for us to maintain our medical records in hospitals.
They already got
how many people lose their medical records in databases and stuff like that. Like, we're gonna use a blockchain for that.
Yeah, because it's incorruptible.
Like, we having issues right now, people thinking that voting is being rigged. Put it on the blockchain, you won't have that problem. You see what I'm saying? Because it's immutable. As soon as you do it, it's done.
Not corrupt the blockchain. You cannot corrupt it. Everybody got the same ledger.
That's his name. Damon John.
You come with a different ledger, get out of here.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Cryptocurrency is the Trojan horse for blockchain technology. We're going to utilize it in every aspect of our life. And it'll be a benefit as long as it's utilized properly and they're not abusing us with it. But because it allows transparency. The way that they would abuse it is if they created a CBDC. And now you can track every dollar that we utilize, you know what I'm saying? So that will be them abusing us with it. Because now, and I'll give you an example, what I mean by that is, imagine, you know what a CBDC is, right? It's a central bank digital currency. So
that's the currency that banks use to send money.
So banks most banks don't have them. But the United States has been debating about creating one and getting rid of the dollar bill. And what function that will provide is now they can tax everything that moves on the blockchain.
Yeah, because it's digital. There's no hiding it.
So now they attach your name to your wallet, and the person that you use to cut your grass every 2 weeks, usually you just pay them in cash or however you want to pay them. They gotta deduct that in their taxes. Every transaction will be taxed. But they'll know. And then because it's programmable, now they're like, okay, we don't want you to buy products from China.
Yeah.
Wherever. It's programmable money. So now they can say,
you can't buy that.
You can't buy that. You put it in the code. And if you attempt to buy that, we can see that you're trying to buy that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
so now you're restricted on how you utilize your money. You see what I'm saying?
Understand about control. That's
exactly.
All that shit is control.
Exactly. So
that's power.
Exactly. So, and that's why I mean, where they will eventually try to abuse the technology for things like that, for surveillance and for tax purposes. They're gonna try to do that for sure. But as long as we have people in power that
you know what they number one motivator? Well, in my humble opinion, what they number one motivator is?
What's that?
It costs less money to do it digitally than to pay for all of this money to be produced and burnt and shipped and packaged. And they would love to go blockchain. Like, but a lot of these blockchains is funded by top bankers who left all of these big banks. Like, I'm out of here.
This the drawback.
Executives, they like, I'm out of here. I'm going over there.
This the drawback though, because it's on the immutable ledger. We can all see it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We the people are gonna want to know why the U.S. government lost $7 billion in this so and so place, or it wasn't utilized properly. So because we know that, that's why they're hesitant about it. So they're trying to create technologies that we won't have preview to that information. You know what I'm saying? That's what I expect them and that they're planning, or what they intend to do when they are like fully invested in trying to develop the technology to keep us blind to what they do. And that's why they haven't done it yet. Like the most the money that's used the most by criminals, although they say Bitcoin
It's cash.
don't make no sense. It's cash. It's cash. It's
Cash
the
and
most
diamonds.
counterfeited. It's the most utilized for criminal activity. Like everything else leaves a digital trace. So whether you say you bought something here or you took something here and you leave a digital trace, somehow, some way you're gonna be found. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little spill on that. But like I said,
I agree with you though.
cryptocurrency is the Trojan horse for blockchain technology.
But even with blockchain, you can have blockchains where you don't have no currencies. You could just
you could just have it for data.
Yeah.
And that's why it's gonna be utilized in these various aspects.
Most of the hospitals is already on it now.
So they likely don't have it yet, but they're gonna be adopting something like that. It only makes sense.
I'm not saying that the hospitals totally have it, but I remember because I invested a little bit of money in it for a little while. It was a coin and it was powered by a blockchain that basically just transferred medical files the way people ain't have to use couriers and none of that other thing. They just put it on a blockchain and whoever was in the network could access the files. And they had a coin, you know what I mean? So it was like, oh shit. But it was so small because it wasn't something that really like expanded, but they already ventured in it. Like that's when I was like, oh, this blockchain thing is for real because it's the most perfect ledger. You cannot corrupt it. So anybody that need to keep a record of anything, this is where you need to go. So as long as somebody need to utilize this, it's never going anywhere. Never going anywhere. It's only going to grow.
Rose, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
But look, I'm gonna let y'all continue on. I'm gonna mute myself because I'd rather listen. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, you good. We Rose,
no, we getting off now. We did a lot.
We're gonna call it this evening. We're gonna be back doing this. Like I said, like I told Moody and Rosa, like I'm back to doing it. So I'm willing and ready to teach and talk about whatever we want to talk about dealing with crypto. I won't ever say that I know everything, but I've done just about every damn thing in crypto. But I didn't gain, I didn't lost, I didn't traded, I didn't use almost every blockchain. So, and if I haven't, they're very similar. So I can do walkthroughs and stuff like that. Like, plan to do all that stuff. But I appreciate all y'all coming out here and just listen to us, talk about the things that we love to contribute to. So, and Rose, I appreciate you with that energy. Like I appreciate it.
Yeah, she killed it.
I know everybody did too. So,
I appreciate
y'all keep coming out though. Y'all keep coming out. Please ask questions because the more questions y'all ask, it'll just dig us deeper into giving y'all a better understanding. Because we don't know what y'all don't know. So the more you kind of feed us information, we can get deeper and deeper into detail and kind of give you a better understanding how to maneuver in this market. Because sometimes it ain't for the weak at all. You gotta be on your toes. Like Rosa, we talked plenty of times. She told me how she's been scammed. I done been scammed every way that you can be scammed in crypto. But I want to teach people so they don't have to deal with the same thing. All been scammed too.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we should have talked about. We talk about that next time too, about how we were scammed. We got to talk about that.
Yeah,
we got to talk about that the next one.
Because it's a lot of pitfalls in crypto, but we can assist you in not following it. Productive. So, but yeah.
This was a good class, except for the trolls and stuff like that. I'm not even gonna front. When I went on mute, I went on my page and I said, I know it was from my page. I said, y'all freaking cowards, wait until I post a link. Y'all follow me and then y'all do this? Nah, I got something for them. I'm gonna
It's
just
all
keep
good.
going.
It's all good. But yeah, peace. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Moody gone, but I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Good night, everyone.
Have a good one.